Senator Carr.
Thank you, Mr President. My question, without notice, is to the Minister for Employment, Senator Abetz. According to a recent newspaper report, Wangaratta textile manufacturer Bruck Textiles technology was recently bought for a token $1. The report suggested the purchasing company did so to avoid paying entitlements to 60 sacked workers who have been told that they were not receiving annual leave, long service leave, notice pay or redundancy pay entitlements. What action has the minister taken in response to these alarming developments?
Leader of the Government in the Senate, Minister for Employment, Senator Abetz.
Mr President, on this rare occasion, I actually agree with Senator Carr. This is a most alarming revelation and assertion that has been made. The former member for Indi, in fact, rang me about this matter, expressing her very real disappointment as to what has happened with this particular enterprise. On receiving information about this, and we have to be careful we don't prejudge, but on the face of it, things do look ugly, if I can use that term, and that is why, and that if Senator Lyons can just allow a non-political answer to, it would just be very helpful. It would be very helpful. Because what I want to indicate to Senator Carr and to those opposition members that actually want to listen, I instructed my department to make representations to ASIC about this, and a complaint, I understand, has been officially registered with ASIC, courtesy of my department making those representations on my behalf. And if this has occurred, then it is a matter that I would invite ASIC to have a look at. We do have to establish the facts, and we have had circumstances in this place with a question, for example, from Senator Hanson-Young last week, asserting certain things which were shown not to be the case after fully investigated. Having said that, the initial reports are concerning to me, concerning to the former member for Indi who rang me. Yes, and indeed the current member who will be meeting or has met with my office about these matters already, either yesterday or will be happening today with my staff, and that is why we have also indicated that the FEG entitlements, if needed, will be made available.
Has expired. Supplementary question, Senator Carr.
Thank you. On that last point, Minister, and if Bruck's new owners succeed in avoiding their own liabilities, will workers' entitlements be paid under the Fair Entitlements Guarantee? Does the minister agree that his referral to ASIC should not delay workers' entitlement claims being processed as a matter of urgency under the Fair Entitlements Guarantee?
Minister.
Mr President, the referral of this matter to ASIC should in no way interfere with the work of any liquidator who might be called in, and under the FEG legislation, which was Labor legislation under which we are operating, we will do all that we can to ensure that prompt payments are made. There are procedures to be gone through, such as that the company is actually liquidated as opposed to just being put into administration. So there are those technical issues that have to be worked through, but you can be assured that we as a government will seek to do everything we can through the department to ensure that workers' entitlements, as they fall due under FEG, will be made available promptly in the event that what we suspect, namely the company has not made provision. Then in those circumstances, of course, the taxpayer will come to their aid.
Final supplementary, Senator Carr.
I do thank the minister for his answer, and I'd ask, given that you put out a press release yesterday and expressed disappointment at the events, and you called on the directors of the company not to rip off workers, I would ask, what practical steps can you take to ensure that workers are in fact not ripped off?
Minister.
Mr President, I thought I'd already dealt with that. A Minister of the Crown, much as we might think we're important, we actually do have to abide by the law, and the law in this country is that if there are problems from a company administration point of view, the relevant authority is not the Minister but ASIC. In the event that workers' entitlements have not been looked after by former directors or a former company, then it's not for me to reach into a bucket, but it is for the proper process to go through under Labor's legislation of the Fair Entitlements Guarantee legislation, and I will seek to do everything I can to expedite that. So what can I do practically is report the company to ASIC, done that. Say to the department, please administer FEG as quickly as you possibly can under the legislation. I've done that as well.